Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria and I show vintage jewelry that I buy usually in charity shops in England. And this is not really vintage, but I did thought it's a very nice piece of costume jewelry. Why do I say it's not vintage? Because it has a lobster clasp. But it's a very nice, as I said, a very nice piece of jewelry, sort of diamante necklace with this big chest piece in the shape of a butterfly. And I bought it together with these earrings, so they were sold as a set. They might be because the shape of and the color, sort of the transparency of the crystals is very similar. And it's nice that the necklace actually don't have the shape of the butterfly, because I just feel it might be too much. But the earrings are sort of just dangly, crystally earrings, and the necklace is this gorgeous shape. So I can't wait to actually wear it, although I'm not sure when will that be. You can see how big these butterfly wings are. And it reminded me a brooch I had, although I don't remember if I actually showed it. But it reminds me of this brooch of centipede. I think the brooch is an older piece compared to the butterfly. The crystals are ever so slightly discolored, and the eyes are black crystals. But they do sort of look interesting together. Not necessarily as a clothing piece or something that I would wear together, but they do look very interesting together. Maybe like I should do something with displaying this jewelry. So that's that. And actually, somewhere, I don't remember now where, I bought this necklace. And I left the earrings because they might go well with this necklace as well. And this one I think is vintage. It's got this hook clasp. And I do like this central chest piece as well. Sort of a bit oriental, a bit like late Victorian, Edwardian style diamante crystal. And I like, they have all shapes of crystals. So they have rectangular, trapezoid, and like marquise, this oval shaped and small crystals. And again, the crystals have a bit of discoloration. They look a bit yellowish. And that's how the clasp works. I had to empty my recycle bin in my phone because I had no storage at all. So yeah, I think this is a very nice piece as well. And it's very sort of wintry piece, all this clear, sparkly jewelry, sort of icy looking winter jewelry. Although this one looks a bit like a winter jewelry as well. This flower brooch, which I found in a charity shop. And this one is, I think, an orchid flower with marcasites. And there were some marcasites. I think there were only 2 marcasites missing. One here and another one here. But all of the other marcasites are in place, and it's very sparkly. It looks very wintry and icy as well. And I like the stems. I don't remember what it is called. Oh, by the way, I think in the same shop where I found the butterfly, and then at the same time even I found this brooch. And I did found butterfly brooches that I bought in this shop before, so I don't know if somebody empties their collection every now and then. I found this brooch. I thought it's quite interesting because I like that it has this see-through effect, sort of a mesh effect with crystals at intersections. I thought it's really nice, nicely done. Might not be terribly old, but nicely done brooch. And speaking of flowers, found this enamel cloisonne brooch, and I do like the colors, this combination of green and purple lavender color is really nice. And I also like that it has these stems. Sort of reminds me a bit, but I think this is a lily and this is an orchid, but they do look a bit like the same type of flower. I don't know if lilies and orchids are related or not. And if we are to speak of the flowers, I'll continue with flower theme. I found these in a charity shop in Keswick in Cumbria, and it's a thistle flower in Talia. So if cameo is sort of this um, concave, am I saying that right? This is sort of like a negative of a cameo, basically, because it's cut in the glass rather than on the glass. And it's covered with this light blue mirror benzyl spray paint. And I did show in one of my other videos, this I found in a city in southern Scotland, sort of southwest Scotland. But these are some kind of bell flowers, maybe lilies too. Yeah, I think those are lilies as well. This one is in a better shape, just I think less scratches on the glass. It's definitely glass. But yeah, I do like these cut flowers. And definitely it has a bit more blue, this blue spray paint in it. So I'm quite curious if there are other flowers or other type of these pendants. And this one came with a chain, which is marked silver. But I don't think this part is silver, so the chain was not. It's natural. Not. I don't think it came with the chain initially. And then I found this interesting set. Oh. So clip-on earrings and necklace pendant. And this one is probably 80s, judging by the style and the shape of the clip-ons. And I do like that it's not just pearls, which were quite popular, this pearlescent cabochons in the 80s, but it has a lot of this mother of pearl yellowish tinge shape to it. Yeah, I do like this paint. I don't know, how should I call it? I guess it's paint. They're quite light despite being quite chunky. They're quite light. So obviously empty inside and just painted in this pearlescent paint. But it does has a very nice nice shape and color and everything. And this is also some 80s clip-on earrings with sort of this mesh petals, because they look like flowers a bit. And they have like this plastic 4 pearls. And this one's actually signed P.D.J., but I've never heard of this company before, and I couldn't find anything online about them. So I don't know who P.D.J. are, but if you do know, please leave a comment. I'd be quite curious to find out. Then I bought this 4 pearl bracelet, and I like that the pearls are this dark gray, black, sort of Tahitian. Am I saying that? Is it Haitian or pearls? But obviously they are, I think, glass or maybe some kind of plastic. And I like the clasp. Now they are beaded through the knot, but the string itself is not very good quality. I think it's sort of some kind of synthetic material, and it's sort of slippery and not very durable as well. So it would be nice to redo it one day. And then I bought a couple of necklaces. So this necklace, gold tone, sort of different kind of sort of gold and brushed factured gold, and they do have a bit of a shape of like Celtic knots, but I don't think they're actually meant to be Celtic knots, just that they look a bit like Celtic knots. And it's quite in a good shape actually, but I do think it's vintage because it has this kind of I don't know how to call this, a charm. And I think Coro and Trifari at some point were doing these charms, and they were recognizable shapes. So you could tell the company by the shape of this charm. But I don't know who is it, Coro or Trifari. And the other one that was sort of similar is this necklace. Again, you can see this kind of charms at the end. And again, it has, just like here, sort of this repetitive similar components. And I think that kind of structure of the necklace was popular in the 50s, 60s, these repetitive elements that they put into necklaces and bracelets, and then they would have earrings that were also like that. And this one is in a very good shape. I do find sometimes these enamel necklaces with, leaves and flowers with very worn out enamel, and if they have crystals, the crystals almost always are missing. But this one is in a very good shape, and it doesn't have crystals, but the enamel is not worn at all, and it's sort of these beigey enamel leaves and some kind of berries, I guess. Very nice condition. Then I found this necklace. It's quite long. I can't show it on the video, but it is long. And it has these glass beads, sort of this mottled beige, beige brown. I don't know if they are supposed to be like tortoise shell. Don't think so. Just sort of this beige brown mottled color. They are glass, and that's the clasp. It's quite a big clasp, the spring ring clasp, and usually that's all the pieces that have these big ring clasps too. And also I find a lot of check beads were not just the beads were not just put on a string, but rather on individual pins, and then the pins were linked together. So my association is like Art Deco, but it's probably not. It probably also 60s or 70s, but I think they're probably 60s, 70s check beads. This one I think I bought online. And I bought it because it was quite cheap, and I like the enamel and the color of the enamel and the shape of the leaves. But it's probably not a very old piece, but I don't know, I liked it. And the last one is this. Again, it was quite cheap, and it is this micro stitch kind of brooch. I don't know if people were making that, and I don't know if people were doing this micro stitch and then somehow putting them in the main shape of the. I don't know who and why were making them, but it looked quite old, and it looked like somebody did a bit of a hassle. So I decided to buy it just for them. I don't know. That's it really for today. Sorry, I think it was a bit chaotic again, but anyway, thank you for your attention, and like and subscribe if you liked it, and we'll see you next video.